Hello all, my name is Abdurrahman and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another machine learning project video. So in this video we are going to do the project of QR code decoder using OpenCV in Python. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all guys, as usual I am going to use here the Visual Studio Code IDE, and in this one I have already created and opened the folder called the QR code decoder.py. Now in this folder I am going to create here a file called as qrcode.py. Now in this file I am going to import three libraries. The first one is going to be the OpenCV library, then the NumPy, and then we are going to use the PyZbar library. So I'm going to import here the but first of all let's install here the OpenCV these libraries. Okay, pip install in the terminal. I have to type opencv-python for installing the OpenCV library. So I've already installed this. Then we have to install the NumPy, and after that I'm going to write here the pip install the PyZbar. Okay, now it's going to take some time, so I have already installed all of these. So now let's import the cv2 and then import the NumPy. So we have all of this stuff. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create here something called as a function where I'm going to store all of this stuff. So there will be the two functions that I'm going to create right now. But first of all I'm going to create the first function, and that is going to be the decode. Okay, and in that one I'm going to give here the frame, which is something like this. And after that I'm going to just say gray equal to the cv2.cvt color. I don't want this stuff still. Okay, now we have the gray, which is we have already created a variable where we are storing this. Now what we are doing is we are saying that I want the gray color, so it should be decoded. So while decoding it, while detecting it, it should be in the gray color so that it should be easily decodable. Okay, after that we are going to create something called as the decode objects. So for this I'm going to give barcodes barcodes, which is going to be easier. And I don't want to use this PyZbar because I have already called this as the PyZbar, right? And at the end I have to use here the for loop, and then for barcode in barcodes. Okay, in this case I'm going to create here the barcode data, where I have to store that how it should be, it should store the data, right? Now, yeah, I don't want this also. We have the UTF, and at the end I have to print here something called as the barcode data. So now whatever it has been decoded, it should be in the barcode data, so it should be in the terminal, right? So one more thing that we have to do is we have to get something called as the QR code data is something like this. So I'm going to give QR code data. Okay, let's give here the comma. Okay, now what happens is it's going to call this library, this variable, whatever is in this variable. Okay, after that we are going to print here the QR code data. After that whatever it is there, it's going to get here. Okay, now here what we have to do is I'm going to create here the points. Now because we have a QR code which might be in a square shape, right? In the square shape, so we have to give here the points that where it should do all of the stuff. So I'm going to give here the barcode dot polygon, and if it is the case, then I'm going to give if the length of the points, if the length of the points is equal double equals to 4. Okay, and then it should create the points, which is I'm going to give the PTS. Now I'm going to use here the NumPy library that we have imported, right? So I'm going to give np.array and in the brackets I'm going to call this, and then this brackets. Okay, because for now I'm going to give here the ptx x comma pt dot x comma pt dot y, right? Now for pt in points I'm going to give this later on for pt in points, and we have to give here the data points also. Data data type is equal to the int. Okay, now this is going to go work here, and we have called the frame that we have used here in the parameters. Then we have the pts, then the true, and we are using here the color. Okay, so this is going to be the rgb color that we are using right now. Okay, now one more thing that I want to do is I'm going to give it as the thickness is going to be 3. If you want to change it later on, you might change that. Okay, now I'm going to give the return the frame. Now our work is finished right now. Now one more thing that we have to is we have to create here the another function, right? Now in this function I'm going to capture here the video. So for that I'm going to give main, okay, something like this, and after that I'm going to give the capture video. So I don't want this to set like how it should look to me, and yeah, I don't want this also. Let's give it till here the break itself. Now two things you can do here. One is you can post here the image, or you can also capture here the video. Now in this case for right now I'm going to give here the capture video. Now let's do one thing. Let's give here something called as capture dot image. Okay, so let's do it later on, because right now I'm going to capture here the video. So I'm going to save this in a variable called the cap, where I'm saying that it should capture a video from a camera. Now which camera I'm going to specify here. The 0 means the camera which we have in our laptop. If you are going to give here, then you have the camera of the webcam that you are using right now. Okay, right now I'm going to give here the 0 itself. After that we have to give here the not the while true. If the while the cap is opened, in this case if it is opened, then I have to create here the brackets. Then I don't want the success in this case, I want it to be red. Then the frame that I have to, now it's reading that cap that we have created, right? After that I'm going to remove this, the frame dot decode, because right now we don't want this also. I'm going to give the if not red. Okay, if it is not the case, then I have to give here the break should come here. Now all of these things should be gone right now. After that I have to give here the frame or the result underscore frame I have to give, and this is going to be a variable, remember. Okay, now I'm going to call here the what we say, this one that we have used, the function, right? Okay, I'm going to give here the decode the function, and I'm going to say that it's going to be a frame. Now I'm saying cv2 dot I am show QR code scanner, or yeah, let's keep it as it is. Then we have the result frame, and then in this case we are using the cv2 dot wait, then one. Yeah, when we press the q on our keyboard, then it's going to be closed. The window of the scanner is going to be closed, right? At the end we have to release it, right? So I'm going to give the cap release cv2 dot destroy all the video of all the windows if I press the q. Okay, and then at the end we have to give if our underscore name, then we are calling the function called the main. Now the thing that I am doing right now is that I'm just capturing here the video. Now I'm going to capture my video. After some time I will be showing this while using an image. Okay, so right now I'm using here a live video. If you want to use some other video, the video that you have created some other things, then what you have to do is you have to just give the here the quotation marks and just type the video dot mp4. So you have to type whatever the video name is. So right now I'm going to use here the live video. So now let's run this program. So it's going to take some time for running. So here we are getting some error here in the line of the 36. Now guys, the error that we are getting here from the time was just because I have to just use here something called as the PyC bar dot the decode. Now in this case, I have to use this, I have to remove and this also. Now the reason that I have getting this was just I have to use it the PyC bar, so it was not able to understand that what is the decode word means. Okay, so I'm going to remove this code. So just for, yeah, just for checking I have given there, so I should also remove this from here. Just decode. Now here the decode means the PyC bar from the, what we say, it's a keyword from the library, right? Now let's run this one. Now I have a book here right now, so I'm going to show that on that one I have a QR code. Okay, so as you can see, yeah, here right now we are getting the errors. Okay, so the error that we are getting here is in the line here, d d types. Okay, now right now we are not going to get any type of error, so I'm going to show that here. So it's going to scan here the QR code. Okay, let's say, as you can see, it's able to scan the QR code, right? Now here we are getting the QR code data, and we are getting these too many links. Okay, and the reason is, and the reason that we are getting this QR code is, I might say that this QR code is scanning for each second or for each millisecond, something like that. Okay, so that's why. So if we change the QR code every time, then we are not going to get this too many times. So anyhow, now one more way I'm going to show here is, I'm going to make all of these the in the comment. Okay, in the comments. Now what we have to do is, we have all of these kind of stuff is, now I'm going to select an image and then it's going to detect that, right? So I'm going to make here some space. Now I'm going to create here a page. So I have my YouTube page here, my YouTube channel page. So I'm using here the Brave browser. So from there I can create the QR codes for the pages. So I have already created one and installed it here, image.png. So which will look something like this. Now I'm going to copy the code here because I have already written this. It might take some time. Okay, now let's paste it here. So I'm going to remove this decode. Now I'm going to remove this path also because I don't want to use that here. Image or png, we have this. I don't know, I want to remove this one. Okay, now let's run it and see what we are getting. So as you can see, it's showing as the detected image, result image. Now I can open this. If I control this, and it's opening this my page, my videos page. Okay. Now one more thing that we can do here is, instead of doing this, I can choose another link. So I'm going to give the medium my blogs page. So I'm going to create here a QR code for this page. I'm going to download it. I'm going to say image 2. Okay, now I'm going to say image2.png and let's run it. Now we are getting these pages, right? Let's, sorry, yeah, I have to rerun it. So we are getting these pages, right? So I have to open this one, right? Now I'm going to open the blog page right now. Now we can do this with the live image, or if we have some video, then we can also do that with that. So now this code link will be given in the description below, the GitHub link. So I'm not going to give the code for the image because you have to try that with yourself, so that you can practice that there itself. So here we are doing that with the video capture right now. Now we are able to do this easily. So anyhow guys, that's all for this video, and I hope you liked and enjoyed watching this video. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will see you all in another tutorial. Thanks for watching and goodbye.